Matt, a better game last weekend in terms of the contest to start with.
Yeah, I think we had some conversations about our contest the week before against Carlton, and obviously put a lot into practice and a lot into play during training. So it was good to come out and win that stat on the weekend. So yeah, it was a much better performance than that in that half.
How do you maintain that though, particularly on the road? How do you keep that going?
Yeah, I think we put a lot of, systems and processes into place through the pre-season that support what we did on the weekend, and it's more about doing that consistently. I don't think we changed too much. We just a lot of conversations and bringing some light to it. So I think the more we review it and get the guys on the same page with it all, it'll lend its way, and I think that'll continue to hopefully improve over the course of the season.
Did it feel different coming into work this week, given there was a change in effort and intent and you did get so close to securing a win? Yeah,
I think so. I think the energy's been up all through the year, even though we haven't been, winning many games or playing the type of footy that we'd like to. But there's a really young and, excitable group of players here, and everyone's on the same page at the moment and are all charging in the right direction. So it's a great place to work at all times, but this week was nice to, have another close loss in a sense and feel the energy pick up a little bit.
Quite a change in midfield mix. How hard is it for a ruckman?
Yeah, I guess there has been a lot of change, not only in the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, but in the last 12 months really. You lost a lot of experience, a lot of youth have come through, so it makes it hard for not only the ruck, but for the mids around us. So I think we're still building on that connection. As a midfield unit, we're still learning about each other. We're still spending a lot of time trying to get to know each other, and it makes it hard, but I think the more that we play together and the more that we connect off the field, the better that'll be.
But even in game, there's a lot of transition, and it's quite often very young.
Yeah, there is. I think we talked a lot about playing Harley through, and he's obviously playing half back a bit at the moment. Then you got Huey coming in, Jack Graham coming in, you get a forward coming up to stoppage as well. So it is hard, but we do a lot of training around that and we review it really hard too. So we know what to expect, and in game there's nothing comes our way that we're not confident in or that we're not aware of that's going to happen pre-game.
With the clearance numbers, is it simply a fact that you've got a lot of young players in there, or is there more to it than that?
Oh, I think there's a bit of both. I think young players are still learning their craft, but us older boys need to carry our load a bit more too. So it's probably a little bit of both. I'm not really sure exactly what the numbers were or where the breakdown was completely, but if we can force oppositions to have high, wide or messy clearances, that's a win for us when you've got girls sitting back there that can intercept a lot. So I'm not sure exactly what the numbers were or what the issue is, but I think it's a mix of youth still learning and us experienced head trying to get the ball rolling our way a bit more too.
Amongst that youth, Elijah Hewitt, what does he add to the mix?
Oh, he's exciting, isn't he? He's quick. He adds something that a lot of players can't add. He's got some sharp feet. He's got some really good skills, and he's also got a bit of swag about him as well. So he's an exciting player, and I can't wait to see what he does going forward.
Matt, what's your reflections of your season so far? You talk about carrying the load as a senior player. What does that sort of look like for you in that role? Yeah, I think I was able to have a full pre-season this year, which was nice, and played a couple of games at the start of the year in terms of the Pracky match and round 1, and found my way out of the side, and Bailey played some good footy too. So I guess I'm not the finished product at all. I'm still 27 going on 28. I'm an older player, but I'm not the finished product at all. So I'm at the moment trying to help the guys around me, trying to make other people better, and I think that's the impact that I can have on the boys. If I can make them better, then I'm pretty happy with, that aspect of my game. Lloyd Meek as well. What are your thoughts sort of on him and potentially coming up against him in the contest?
Yeah, he's been really good this year, Lloyd. So it would be a tough matchup if I get picked this week. It'd be a tough matchup to go against him, but I guess like on the weekend or any games I've played previously, I'll try to put my best foot forward, compete hard, and try to make the game easier for my midfielders.
Coming off 2 losses, the Hawks, I don't think Marvel's particularly the great venue they play great footy at. Is that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I think I actually came into training with my old man today and he brought that up, and I didn't realise they were coming off 2 losses, but they're a really strong side. They're a good outfit. Sam Mitchell's a good coach, and I think it'll be a tough matchup for us regardless of where we're playing, but exciting to have them there that hopefully we can pick them off.
Minnie, after the game, he probably is hankering for that sort of first win. What was his vibe like and feedback like after getting so close?
I think more than anything he was just a bit disappointed for the group. I think we put ourselves in a really strong position to win it. And I think we had some lapses in concentration and lapses in the game that ultimately decided the fate of the game. So he was more disappointed than anything, but I guess he was excited to see some positive signs come out of the game and see us moving in the right direction.
What about the group as a whole? You said the energy's been up this year. How does it feel coming so close and still falling out a little bit short?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to that. It's obviously a little bit disappointing to lose, but to feel, I guess, the crowd behind us and us playing a good brand of footy for certain parts of the game, not the whole game, but for certain parts of the game, was exciting. Jake kicking 4 in the first quarter, and I guess Huey doing his thing through the middle of the ground was really exciting. So, there's a bit of banter in the change room still, and the boys are up and about, and hopefully we can get that first win soon.
Do you feel that support from the crowd still? Obviously open training today, a lot of people out there wearing the colours. Do you still feel that? Does that push you guys further? Yeah,
for sure. I think on the weekend there was almost 50,000 there, I think, and out today there's school holidays and there's heaps of kids there, and it definitely does give us an extra boost to see so many people supporting us. It hasn't been easy, I don't think, over the last few years to support us in that sense, but we love it, and we're really thankful to our fans for getting behind us in those moments.
Matt, Oscar took some time away from the club. How was that received by the group, and how is he faring sort of now? Was it much needed for him? Yeah, it was good. I think, as you said, Oscar was managed after, I guess, some bit of travel and whatnot, and his body at times hasn't been the best for him, so he got away from the club for a few days, spent some time with his family over Easter long weekend, and I think it was really well received by the boys. You saw how we played in the weekend, and we love Oz as much as anyone else, so it'd be exciting to have him back out there whenever he's back. It was a good thing for him, I think, to get away from the club for a few days.
It's so rare for a captain not to even attend a home game. Just from your perspective, things must be pretty tough for him right now to go to that extent, I guess, to miss a home game.
To be honest, I haven't really had that conversation with Oz. I think spending time over Easter with his family was an important thing for him, and to have the weekend off and get away was really nice. So I haven't actually spoken to Oz in that regard, but to not attend the game, he obviously wanted to have some time away, and the club supported that, and I think it was nothing that was untoward, and no one really thought too much of it, to be honest.
He's such a great player when he's up in full flight. What can you guys do to try to get him back into that sort of zone?
He's a gun. I think having him and Jakey Waterman together in the same forward line will be amazing again. So, we'll support him at training. He was here today and he was in the gym and he was doing his thing. So, he's still around the group and he's still an amazing leader. So I can't wait to have him back out there. He's only going to make us a better side.
Yeah, vocally, what's he been like at the moment?
Oh, great, yeah. We had a big review this morning, and he's one of the main guys that speaks up in the reviews, and he's always that kind of same person around the club. So, there's been no change in that whatsoever.
About you and Bailey, are you expecting to shoulder the ruck load for a while now, or do you think you'll be chopping and changing according to the personnel you're playing a bit this year?
I don't know. I think could be that way, or it could be based off form. But Baz played some good footy in the Waffle on the weekend too, and unfortunately I don't sit on match committee because I'll make my job a lot easier. But I'm not sure what Minnie and the crew's thinking, but I assume it'll be based off form, and the rest will take care of itself.
You'll be taking on former friend, now foe, I guess, Tom Barris. Have there been any sort of text messages, or, will it be nice actually lining up against him, I guess? Yeah, I think he's obviously a premiership player and a life member here, so it'd be funny for him, I think, coming against his former club for the first time. I haven't sent any messages, but I'm not sure the same could be said for Gov or a couple of those boys that won that flag with him. It'd be interesting to see how he fares against us, but it'd be exciting to play. He's a great player and it'd be exciting to play against him. There's
been a lot of hype around Hawthorn this year and over the past few years. How would it feel to get a first win against a club like that? Yeah, I think it'd be amazing. I think I don't think our first win's too far away, and if we could knock it on the head this week, it'd be a great feeling. Like you said, Hawthorn has been a really young, up-and-coming team for the last few years, and if we could get that win, I think it would fill our group with a lot of confidence.
Going back to round one, what was going through your mind? You came up against a very good ruckman, and obviously things didn't go your way that day. At that point, what was going through your mind? Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, I knew Witts was a dominant ruck in that aspect. So, to be quite frank, I was happy enough with how I played in terms of around the ground and my impact away from the ruck work. I think he obviously dominated me there, and that was a thing I had to work on to going away from the footy. But there's some great, some positives that I still took away from my game, and it wasn't all doom and gloom as some people suspect. So I went back to the Waffle and put some work in, and was able to, work on a few of those things and found myself back in the side. So, it was disappointing to lose my spot, and it was disappointing to perform the way that
not only myself but the team did in that first round. But there's, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not the finished product by no means. I don't think anyone ever is really. So there's a lot to learn from. But it's all good to put it into practice.
And in your eyes, in terms of your evolution from this point on, where do you need to kind of really focus on? What areas would you like to improve the most? Yeah,
I think as a player, I have always thought I would be someone that put in 100% effort, provide a big contest, and I guess impact the game around the ground as much as I can. But my ruck work is probably something this year that hasn't gone the way I would have liked it to go, so we're doing a lot of work on that. And then other than that, it's just trying to find consistency within my game. I think that's one thing that's lacked a little bit. So that's something that both on and off field I'm trying to, I guess, improve in.
And body-wise, how are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, really good. Body's ticking along well this year, which has been nice. I think last year was a little bit interrupted, and I didn't come into the season too late in the year, and that probably hampered me a little bit. So, body's feeling great at the moment, and hopefully can keep going that way.